Congratulations. You looked quite uncomfortable in the first 2 sets in the heat there. Was there an element of your thinking which was along the lines of, I just need to hang on for a little bit and then when it gets cooler I'll be good to go?
Yeah, you could say so. I mean, I was looking forward to have the full shade on the stadium. It was a hot day. Obviously, we started with a 16 or 17 minute first game, which took a lot out of us, both players, and very close first set. Just physically grueling rallies, and he was making me uncomfortable on the court because he was very aggressive. He served great, and he was staying close to the line, taking the ball early, making me run, and I was oftentimes on the back foot, so credit to him for playing really well. And you could see that he had a clear game plan and he was really sharp. So it was definitely a struggle, for me to play the first couple of sets. And then I think in the third, things started to come together. I started to swing through the ball better, started to feel better on the court, and serve also. I wasn't serving well at all first 2 sets, and then third and fourth, great. I think I maybe even served more aces than him, which was a surprising stat considering he's got one of the best serves around. So that made my life easier on the court. Obviously, winning my service games, slightly easier, so to say. Cruising through and then putting pressure on his service game. So, but the way I played in the third and fourth is something that I'm really, really pleased with.
Neil.
Can I ask you a scheduling question? There's potentially, again, another late finish tonight. So is it, even it could be a possible advantage for you, is it fair from a sporting integrity point of view for the tournament? And what further changes, what do you think should be done?
What kind of advantage will I have? I mean, we have 2 days, so it's not much of an advantage I see that I see there. I mean, we're playing semifinals on Friday, so plenty of time for whoever wins that match tonight to recover. Scheduling has become a hot topic, so to say. We talked about it, I think a few matches ago. I talked about it on the press conference, and I couldn't give a really clear answer to that because, I mean, it's really up to Grand Slams and our respective tours to think about the ways to accommodate both male and female players in a proper way so we have no late finishes. I think ATP came up with this rule change, but that's on ATP Tour. Grand Slams are not part of the ATP Tour, so they have their separate rules and regulations that obviously are independent from our tours. And we know that there are 2 sessions, right? So if you are scheduling 2 matches starting at 12 with men playing best of 5, if it goes 3-4 hours, takes for them, I think, 45 minutes to clean the stadium, bring in new fans for the night session. So it takes a lot of time. And Coco Gauff played a long match today. I played a very long match today, and then you have the night session starting 2 hours after they were scheduled, after the time they were scheduled. So not ideal, obviously not great also for Sinner and Rublev. I'm sure that they are not happy with the potential start of whatever. I don't know how the match of Sabalenka is going, but you never know. I mean, they could even start in midnight. So, yeah, we've seen in the past some late finishes, and I know for the crowds and for the tournament, in a way, it's kind of exciting to see a 4 a.m. finish, a 3 a.m. finish. I was part of some of those, but it's definitely not fun for us. The good thing about the quarterfinalist on the men's section is that we have 2 days. So I think that's plenty of time to get a good sleep and recover. But yeah, I get your point. Look, there are different ways to address this. Maybe, scheduling less matches on the center court, doing it in 1 session, which is most likely not going to happen because every session carries a lot of economical value for them. So, of course, they are going to communicate it and try to that way and try to get as many people for different sessions. And TV broadcasting there's a lot of elements that are in play. You know, TV broadcasting is the one that pays a lot of money to the tournament and sponsors the tournament. So obviously, you know, in the end of the day, they are the ones drawing the line and saying, you know, we want to see this player at that session, or et cetera, you know. Even though, of course, I mean, Craig Tiley here, who's a great person, and I respect him a lot, and he's always trying to do his best for the players. You know, he's a tournament director, and, you know, he's obviously trying always to communicate with players and take their opinions in consideration. But, you know, TV broadcasting channels have the biggest power. We know that, which is not unusual, because, you know, they're the ones that are giving us the stage as well, the platform to reach out to millions of people around the world, which is great for us. So, yeah, it's hard to say what the best scenario is in this case.
Hey, Novak, you were using the towels and the ice packs on their head and all of those things. Was any of it working?
Well, I mean, I tried everything I possibly can in the very short amount of time and the changeovers, but, you know, I think we both felt the effect of the heat. And, you know, when you're playing on a hard court, the heat is absorbed in the surface. So, you know, down there for us players, we feel probably even more heat than you would feel on stands. And of course, running, and then, yeah, it's hard to put down your heart rate, you know, and kind of control your breathing. I mean, it's very intense, and the high level of tennis and intensity exerts a lot of effort, and you feel, you know, you're spending a lot of energy and you don't have much time to recover. So, yeah, so the icing, ice bags on the head all over the body, you know, is one of the ways to try to bring the temperature down, cool yourself down a bit, because you feel you're, you know, trapped in this heat inside and outside, you know, particularly today.
Can you enjoy a match like that when you're out there, or is it just hard, grinding work, and the enjoyment comes in the satisfaction of having won?
I actually said that to my team right after the match. I said that this match was not an enjoyable match for me at all. You know, of course, I'm proud to overcome the kind of challenge and obstacles, and I'm of course pleased to win, but it was not enjoyable at all. It was really, yeah, a lot of suffering in every aspect. But, you know, you have days like that where you just have to accept it and face the circumstances and try to make the most out of it.
And Novak, you achieved another milestone today. I'm not sure if you were aware of this, but 33 straight match wins at Melbourne Park, and that's a record that you shared now with Monica Seles. She did that back in the 90s. So I wonder what that means to you, and also to share the record with her, because you have that nice connection with the childhood coach. And
of course, it means a lot. I didn't know that I'm sharing this achievement, this record with her. So it makes it, of course, even more special for me, because I really love Monica. I've had Monica in my head when I was growing up in Serbia pretty much every single day, because Jelena Gencic, my tennis mother, as I like to call her, you know, she passed away in 2012, worked with Monica when she was young, and so I was hearing a lot about Monica. Monica this, Monica that, Monica eats this, Monica sleeps this much, Monica practices this way, you know. So Monica was definitely one of my childhood idols and heroes, and I looked up to her very much. So when I got a chance to meet with her first time, it was really, I was very nervous, you know. I was so obviously she was she speaks our language because she was born in Serbia, but spent most of her life, as she's doing now, in United States. So yeah, I know that she had an incredible career, and particularly she played well in Australia. And yeah, we all wonder how far she could have went if she didn't, yeah, had to go through what she went through. So yeah, about, you know, Monica, I have only nice words to say about her. So I'm really glad that we are sharing this record.
Just on that streak 33, what is it about, you know, playing in Melbourne where you can sort of dig deep and win those matches like that every time?
Well, I mean, if there is any tournament where I'm going to dig deep, it's the Grand Slam, right? And particularly here, where I'm aware of the streak that I'm on and the amount of matches that I have won in my career on the Red Lever Arena. So I don't want to let that go. The longer the streak goes, the more that kind of confidence, also expectations built, but also the willingness to really walk the extra mile, so to say. I just love playing in this court. It's been the court for me in my career.
Last one. Novak, looking ahead, there's talk of perhaps merging the ATP and WTA. I was wondering, do you think this can work? Is it a good idea? And if so, why has it taken so long if people have been talking about it for a while?
Yeah, I heard. I'm not sure if it's like a total merge or is it only a commercial kind of a collaboration or agreement between the two tours. I think to some extent it's logical. I mean, that if we are having so many combined events on the tour, that we try to collaborate even further together and increase the value, I guess, of tennis overall. But when it comes to the total merge, I'm not so sure if that can work, to be honest, because a lot of things, there's still a lot of differences, and with the rules and the way that the tours operate. But commercially, yeah, why not? Let's see what happens. I'm not in the council anymore, so I don't have any inside information to share with you. But let's see what happens.
Wide World of Sports is your home of the Australian Open.
With highlights of every match of the AO, the on-court interviews, and every day with the morning serve, you'll be ahead of the game.
So click that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing this Australian Open.